Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we'll be talking about the present energy update. So much is unfolding, and you've most probably noticed how much you're upgrading, updating, renewing, but at the same time releasing the past, all at the same time, right at this moment. And you've noticed that it's a lot of change happening within you. And you've most probably recognized right at this phase that you feel supported or inspired to slow down a little bit and to recognize how your life is changing. What kind of new ideas are finding you? Because I've received so many messages about people that suddenly started changing their job. My brother is changing his job right now. I've talked with somebody else who's also changing his job right now. So many people right now are experiencing a change, a big change, because change of a job is a huge thing for us. And those are not small changes right now, but what is truly happening, life is supporting you to find a new way that works for you better, that is in a better alignment with yourself. And during this transformative phase for you, you need to be in tune with yourself to recognize where or at what parts or aspects of your life you're still fighting with life and what to release. So later we'll talk more about details of this present energy, but yesterday I wrote a message. Every single day I write down messages, quick ones, that I share them with you on my Instagram page, AttractPassion. You can go there and check it out, give me a follow, you can write me a message. And there are two interesting messages, yesterday's and today's. So yesterday's was like that. You're upgrading, updating, renewing, and releasing the past, all at the same time, right now. It's a lot of change happening within you, so be extra gentle with yourself and take time to rest, heal, and recharge. If you feel confused but excited at the same time, it's because your energy is shifting from the old you to the new version of yourself. Can you relate to that? If this resonates with you, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, because it helps algorithms to share this video with more people who may find value in it. And then today's message goes like, your energy is strengthening and purifying. You're experiencing more clarity around your life situation and how to flow with it instead of fighting it. Have you noticed how much more you trust your intuitive knowingness than ever before? And have you noticed that your intuition was always right? You will soon discover even more of your natural abilities and gifts. Enjoy the process. And this one is beautiful as well, but so many aspects of that can be relatable right now. Like firstly, what I said before, if you feel confused but excited at the same time, it's because your energy is shifting. So what is happening? For many of us, we may be in the phases of our lives where we feel like the old one is clearly not in alignment with us, like the old lifestyle we had is clearly not in alignment with us anymore. So we may feel confused, like why I don't feel happy about doing those things the same as I was doing them for such a long time, certain routines or rituals or certain relationships or hobbies or whatever it was. Maybe for years you've been having fun at doing that. You felt like you are growing doing it, or a certain type of books you've been reading or studying certain subjects or doing certain job, something that was providing you growth, expansion, happiness, joy, passion, whatever it was. But suddenly it doesn't spark that same energy anymore because you've overgrown it. So you feel a sense of confusion. But simultaneously, you feel a sense of excitement because you know that something new is coming. Something new, like new inspiration, new insights, new knowledge, new books, new practices, whatever it is. And you've already started to experience clarity around it. And you've most probably already started taking action towards that certain new thing. It's a sign that your energy is shifting and that you're aligning with the path that is meant for you. And what it means that something is meant for you. There's many different paths that are meant for you. Like some people call it destiny. There's many different paths. And whatever you choose, in that direction, there is the greatest possible expression of yourself already present as a potential. Whatever you choose, like you can choose a career as an artist, you can choose a career as a doctor, or whatever it is, there's already present a potential of you that is on its greatest possible level of evolution. And what you're doing, you're becoming that version of yourself. Whatever path you've chosen, you're slowly becoming that version, that greatest potential of yourself. And therefore, the mission or the purpose of that path is to recognize how to become that greatest version of yourself. So eventually, you become a master of what life is bringing to you, what life is kind of giving you as lessons, right? And once you become master of it, you can teach others to do the same. This is a beautiful process and it's never ending. But right now, how I feel it and how I've noticed that many people are feeling it right now is that many people are in those phases of big changes. And we can see, if we look around the world, we can see so much of forgotten knowledge is coming back. So much of forgotten books are coming back. Like there are libraries all around the world in all kinds of different countries having old books. They were not thinking about them. They had no idea that they have them. But a random person may discover an ancient book that is really valuable for this time, and suddenly somebody posts it on somewhere on social media and that book goes viral, and suddenly people come across of that ancient knowledge that is really valuable. This is happening right now all around the world. It's a time of big changes. We see it's happening all around the world. And then the second message was your energy strengthening and purifying. What does it mean? It means that you're becoming more aware of your real needs, like, heartfelt needs or soul needs. Those are the needs where we question ourselves, what do I need to experience the greatest possible joy, purpose, and meaning out of my life? Right? And that's where we start questioning, does my job still satisfy me? Does my relationship still satisfy me? Does my diet, my habits still satisfy me? Is it still helping me to grow? Can we can always transform relationships to a greater level with honest conversations, diving deeper into our shadow aspects and then sharing our growth. But sometimes we need to let go of certain people and invite new ones into our lives, right? A change in energy. And that your energy is purifying, it means that you're experiencing more clarity around your life. Like I said before, in certain aspects of your life, you may feel like you're still fighting with life. Like you're still trying something to change. Or you're impatient and you're kind of rushing certain process. But at the same time, you're aware, and if that's true for you, that's truly beautiful. You're aware that everything is happening in divine timing, and everything will find you the way that is the best for you. This is a beautiful realization that at some point of our lives, we all realize. So what does it mean? What's the divine timing? It means that whatever you're intending to experience, will find you, but not when you want. It will find you when it will be the best for you, when your energy will be in alignment with that thing, when your knowledge, your understanding, your awareness will be aligned with that thing, so it can be sustainable in your energy field. So what does it mean? When we want a certain amount of abundance present in our lives, usually we need to go through lessons of losing money, of spending money, of maybe being scammed, or maybe being robbed, or whatever happened. So we recognize these struggles, and we recognize how to protect our money, how to protect our energy around money, so we don't get too stressed about it, right? So we don't get too anxious and angry about it. And we recognize how to invest it wiser, right? How to stop overspending and rather invest it into something that will bring you more financial growth in the future, maybe, or things like that. That's how we're aligning our energy then with a potential that will become a reality as a more financial freedom. You need knowledge, but at the same time you need a vibrational imprint, which is a sensation of how it feels when something is present. For example, when you're thinking about how joy feels like, eventually you experience joy within your heart, right? And suddenly your vibration becomes joyful. It's a really high vibration. And if you can maintain it for a longer period of time, you will most probably start experiencing certain synchronicities that will remind you that you've done a certain change in your life. That's why they say when you change your energy, you change your life, but most of the time we don't know what it means. But right now, for many people, it's happening. Your old energy, old emotions are coming to the surface and they're being released. So recognize if there is a situation in your life you feel like it doesn't go with ease, and notice what part of you is still blocking the situation. Sometimes what we want is not what's best for us, and other times we just want something to happen too fast, and it creates vibrational resistance, right? So, often we are manipulated by our environment. So we think we want something, but actually what we truly need is something else. But it's all okay. We need to try different things and recognize what feels right. So don't be afraid of trying. Just stop fighting with it. If something doesn't go your way, let it go and see what else will find you, right? Let it go and see what else will find you. If you're constantly feel a need to force something, it means that a change is required. An update in your approach is required. And for that, usually we just need to let it go, meditate a little bit on that, and do some other things. Focus your energy onto something else so clarity can take place, right? We all know clarity can happen when we give time for it, so it can appear, right? Like dirty water. If you shake the glass of dirty water and put it onto the table, all it needs is time, and the dirt inside that water will fall to the ground and the water will purify itself. That's how our mind works. So if you're in any kind of, like any aspect of your life right now is kind of out of balance, and you feel like you need to force something, just let it go right now. So much clarity will take place as soon as you stop forcing it. A beautiful time right now is to release any anxiousness that you may feel as emotions are more intense at this phase because of all the updates, and the letting go of the past, and we feel that kind of confusion and maybe anxiousness or fear, or we don't really know what's going on. And just be present with yourself and do slow things. Do more of yoga, more of movement, move your body. It's a beautiful way to release the old energy. Some yoga, some stretching, some workouts, some walks in nature. It will help you to to recalibrate your energy and let go of the old. Slow down a little bit and focus on things that bring you that generous sense of happiness. You will notice that all that anxiousness is from the past. It's because there's something we don't understand, and we can't understand something before we learn more about it, before we experience it. Like social anxiety, for example. We can't just mentally overcome it, right? Sometimes we need to learn to relax ourselves, to relax our nervous system. But then we also need to face with it and train to stay grounded, to stay centered, to stay as much as we can in that inner peace. It's a practice. We can train ourselves like we're training a muscle. More you know how to be grounded and how to be more peaceful, easier it will be to deal with that anxiousness, but it doesn't mean that it should just disappear. Acceptance will help you to navigate it. Then expose yourself to the things you feel anxious about. And you will notice, well, you feel it, but you're still more conscious with it. You're not blaming yourself anymore. You're not pushing yourself down or trying to suppress it. It's just a natural process of growth, right? Another thing that is important for this phase is to release impatience. If you're like more impatient person, know that things will unfold the best way at the right time. If you're doing the work, if you know what you want and you're taking action with your plans and whatever you have, and you're visualizing it and tapping into the energy of it, like asking yourself how would it feel if it would already be present, and you are visualizing it, feeling the energy of it, and then in physical reality you're doing the work, know that things will find you. If they're not finding you yet, you need to recognize that something is finding you. Thoughts, ideas, insights, maybe synchronicities, certain things are aligning. So don't just focus on ending results, focus on that process, because you're always provided with what you need to get yourself to where you want to be, because your higher intelligence understands that it's not about getting there, but learning how to get there. Right? It's a big difference. It's not about getting there, but learning how to get there, because what you learn on that process will never be lost. This is the wisdom of the soul, which can never be lost. And that's the purpose of that process. So you've most probably noticed, if you're in tune with yourself, if you're doing the work, that your intuition is getting stronger and you're trusting more than ever before to your intuitive knowingness. So intuitive knowingness is something that usually we can't mentally explain. We just say, well, I feel like that. I feel that this is it, right? I feel that this needs to happen. A beautiful way to notice how much our intuitive knowingness is expanding is to recognize how often in the past you felt something that later happened. Reflect how many things happened the way you felt that they will happen. This is beautiful because we notice, well, so many things, I knew they will happen that way, that exact way, and then they happened, right? But don't think about negative stuff, because, intuition doesn't have good or bad or positive or negative insights. It just gives us insights without judgments. Then our mind judges those things however we believe they or we think they should be. So focus just on how many things actually happened the way you felt it. And you will notice that that there is an intelligence within you that is expanding every time you pay more attention to it, every time you listen to yourself, right? When you feel that something needs to go this way, and then you go into this direction, you do those things, and you notice that it brought you to somewhere where you needed to be because of certain reasons. Only you can know why. But when we start noticing that, we start trusting it more rather than just our minds, because minds like to fight with everything. It likes to prove that it's right? If you're in a conversation with somebody, arguing about something just out of your mind, you will always want to prove that you are the one that's right. But on the intuitive level, sometimes it doesn't matter who's right. What matters is that there's great coherence happening, right? It's not about who's right. It's about feeling alive, right? It's about getting in alignment with things around us. That's all that matters. Getting in alignment with things around us. What does it mean? It means that when you're in a conversation, it's not about who's right, but getting the flow, right? Finding the flow of conversation. When you're doing something you love, it's not about winning something incredible with it, but being in the flow with it. Because if you're in the flow with it, the byproduct of it will be something beautiful, something really valuable. And eventually it will bring you great results. But it's never about results. On the intuitive level, it's all about flow. Because when we're in flow with life, things are just finding us. It just feels like everything is happening with ease. Everything is happening at the right time. That's something I've learned, because I was an impatient person. And more I've started trusting the right timing, I do what is in my power, but then I stop waiting things because I trust that it will find me at the right time. So I've stopped waiting things. I focus on what I like to do. I focus on what's important to me. I focus on whatever I need to do at that certain moment. And then things just find me. I don't wait things anymore. So if you're an impatient person, this is a perfect time right now to work on releasing that old energy. If you're wondering how to release it, just know that what you need and what you want will find you when it will find you. It will find you. You just do your work. Do the job and know that you're covered. Tap into that energy of trust that you're covered. If you don't know how to do it, close your eyes at least one time in a day before you go to sleep or when you wake up, and in tune with that field, with that, with the source, and get into an emotion of knowing that everything is already yours, like a gratitude that everything is already yours. And then in your life, do the job, do the work, whatever you're doing, whatever you're intending to create, do the job. But know that things will find you, because they will. So my friends, enjoy this process, because it is just guiding you to the greatest possible version you can become. And see the lessons. Be a bit slower, and don't forget to take an extra care of yourself. My friends, I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting. I hope you found something valuable in today's message. Write in the comment section how you feel right now. Let's see how many of us are on that similar frequency. And thanks to all of you for supporting my art in our Etsy shop. I Draw My Passion. I truly appreciate you. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. Till next time, one love.